Last week, we heard about John the Baptist. He appeared from the wilderness dressed in camel's hair and eating locusts and wild honey, bubbling over with confidence and conviction, energized with fire and vengeance. He announces the coming of the Messiah with great hope and expectation. He boldly predicts that this Messiah will bring dramatic changes, that this one who is coming will lay the axe to the root of the unfruitful tree, burn the chaff with unquenchable fire. But today, we hear about a very different John. This John, tired. He's discouraged and seems almost beaten down. This imprisoned John has doubts. He questions whether or not this Jesus is indeed the one whom he's been proclaiming and awaiting with great anticipation. Not surprising that John is discouraged by what he hears. John hasn't cut down any unfruitful trees, no smiting of evildoers, and no reports of unquenchable fires. Instead, in this isolated prison existence, John hears that Jesus is telling his followers, I am sending you like sheep into the midst of wolves. You will be handed over to councils, dragged before governors, and when they persecute you in this town, flee to the next town. What is John supposed to make of these reports? Where is the power and strength of this one who is to come? Is Jesus really the one proclaimed to be more powerful than John? Is Jesus the one, or should John and the rest of the disciples be looking for someone else? My opinion, there are a lot of people today who are wondering the same thing. Is Jesus the one? Should I be looking for someone else? In case you haven't noticed, there's a lot of disillusionment out there in the world today. More and more people live without the certainty, the conviction that Jesus is the Son of God, the one who deserves our admiration and obedience. And there are certainly a number of viable alternatives for spending time on a Sunday morning. Some choose to roll over and worship the Holy Comforter. Others gather at Starbucks or someplace like that. You were a little late picking that one up. And then there's shopping, there's the gym, there's scrolling through the internet, and God forbid you have children. There's sports, there's homework, there's birthday parties, and then there's always taking care of the house, the inside of the house and the outside of the house, and the wash. But back to the question. Is Jesus the one, or are we to look for someone else? We don't know for sure why John sent his disciples to Jesus. It would be nice to have a clear, concise response, but once again, Jesus responds with this gray answer. Tell John what you see and hear. The blind receive their sight, the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, the deaf hear, the dead are raised, and the poor have good news brought to them. Blessed is anyone who takes no offense. Now, we're not imprisoned, jail, but sometimes I think we have a similar difficulty in seeing what God is up to in the world. For the most part, people are not encouraged to open their eyes and see what God is doing around them. Say nothing about talking about what God is doing around them. And you all are once again pretty much the choir, the usual 55 to 65 people here. You come to church, listen to the readings and the sermon, you sing the hymns and say the prayers, receive Eucharist, and hopefully, at some point during your time here, you experience a personal encounter with Jesus. And does it stay with you? Do you leave here a changed person? Does what you experience here at church help you see God in your ordinary everyday life? At home, at work, at school, in the relationships with your neighbors, your family, the economic and stewardship decisions that you make on a daily basis. This is really important stuff, the stuff that life is made of. If your experience here at St. Paul's does not deepen your faith life or challenge the way you live, then you too just might find yourself asking that same question. Is Jesus the one to come? Or should I be looking for someone or something else? Gosh, I hope that's not the case. My hope is that, like John's disciples, you have witnessed and experienced the difference that a personal encounter with Jesus makes in your life. That you have seen the difference that Jesus makes in the lives of those around you. People who have found the strength to face life's inevitable challenges. People who have moved from brokenness or disease, health. People who have learned the incredible power of forgiveness. I hope that you have been witness to people who have spent time paralyzed by fear, who now live their life with confidence, joy. Because these are the miracles that happen when you have a personal encounter with Jesus. These are the miracles that are powerful, that are possible with a faith community. Believing people like you and me, who gather together on Sunday mornings to exchange stories, to support and strengthen and encourage one another. St. Paul's Church is an amazing place. This is an incredible faith community. Those of you who participated in the creche blessing last Sunday saw the power of community, of caring and intergenerational sharing. Check out the Facebook pages to catch a glimpse in case you missed it. It was a really fun event for all ages. And today, on this joy-filled Rose third Sunday of Advent, I hope you will make time to share in a Christmas celebration with us tonight. We have so much to be thankful for here. The children will present the Christmas story, and then we will gather to share a Christmas celebration dinner. If you'd like to share this event with a friend or with someone who might not be part of a faith community, please invite them to come and share in the fellowship and food and love of Jesus found here at St. Paul's. Christmas services are a great time for inviting people to try us out. No strings attached. And it's a great time for you to try the E word, evangelism. In an Episcopal church, oh my goodness. In our canticle today, we heard the Magnificat, also known as the Song of Mary. And in it, we hear Mary say, "My soul proclaims the greatness of the Lord. My spirit rejoices, God my Savior, for he has looked with favor on his lowly servant." Take these words with you today. Inscribe them on your heart. And may your spirit magnify the presence of Jesus in your life and in the world, today, tomorrow, always. God.